What do you think is happening on your ship? Do you think Mr. Sybil...
They're fine. I pity the person who goes up against Wolf. And Cinder's made of tougher stuff than people realize. And Scarlet's not a bad shot herself. That thaumaturge had no idea what she was walking into. So, how did a girl born on Luna get stuck on a satellite and become an Earthen sympathizer?
Well, when my parents found out I was a shell, they gave me up to be killed because of the infanticide laws. But Mistress saved me and raised me instead, along with some other shells she'd rescued. She mostly just wanted us for some kind of experiments they're always running. I got really good at hacking into the communication system which was there to monitor us, mostly for silly stuff. But one day one of the older boys, Julian, asked me if I could find out who his parents were. It took me a couple days, but I did, and we figured out how to send them a message and tell them that he was alive. He thought that if they knew he hadn't been killed, they would come find him. But the next day, Mistress took Jillian away, and I never saw him again. I think he may have been killed to prove that the infanticide laws were being taken seriously. After that, Mistress Sybil started to pay more attention to me. She gave me different tasks. I felt like I was becoming her favorite, and that if I did what she asked me to do, it eventually wouldn't matter if I was a shell anymore, and maybe I could be free like any normal Lunar. Well, one day, Mistress Sybil asked me to hack a communication between a couple Earthen diplomats, and I told her I needed to be closer to Earth. I practically designed my own prison. A few months later, she took me on a pod ship. I thought I was going to be presented to the Queen to be forgiven for being born a shell.
And that's when she took you to the satellite and you became the Queen's programmer.
Programmer, hacker, spy? Somehow I never stopped believing that if I did everything she asked, someday she would let me go.
And how long before you decided you'd rather be trying to save Earth and royalty than to spy on them?
I don't know. I was always fascinated by Earth. I spent a lot of time reading Earthen news and watching their dramas. I started feeling more connected to the people down there, more than I ever did to Lunars. After a while, I started to pretend that I was a secret guardian, and it was my job to protect Earth and its people from Levana.
If I'd been in your position and I had one decom chip that I could use to communicate with Earth, I would have found some dirt on a hotshot spaceship pilot and blackmailed him into coming to get me out of that satellite.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have done the same thing I did, because you know that the threat Levana poses to Earth is much bigger than you or me. Or any of us.
That's very good of you to say, Cress. But trust me, I would have blackmailed someone.
How are your eyes?
I've been told they're dreamy, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
I couldn't disagree.
What's wrong?
I'm just worried.
Listen, we are not going to die out here. I've been through much worse than this, and I survived just fine.
You have?
Well, I was in jail for a long time, which was no picnic. The military wasn't much fun either, come to think of it.
You were only in it for 5 months.
How'd you know that?
Mistress made me research you.
Well, so maybe this isn't the worst I've been through. But we're going to survive. You have to trust me, Cress. I'm going to get you out of this.
Dr. Erlin snipped off the ends of the surgery thread.
That's all I can do for him.
And will he? Is he going to?
We'll have to wait and see. He's lucky the bullets didn't puncture a lung, or he wouldn't have made it this far. But he did lose a lot of blood.
I can't let anyone else die.
With proper rest, it's possible he'll make a full recovery. But we have more to talk about.
I know.
Miss Ling, I have spent years planning for the time when I would find you. You should have come to me straight away.
That is precisely why I didn't.
And what does that mean?
When you came to my jail cell and dropped this whole
princess thing on me, how was I supposed to react? All of a sudden, I went from being nobody to being long-lost royalty, and you expect me to just jump up and accept this destiny that you worked out in your head, but did you ever consider that maybe that's not the destiny I want? I wasn't raised to be a princess or a leader. I needed some time to figure out who I was. Am.
And how about now? Are you ready to accept your destiny? Or are you still searching?
I know that I am who you say I am. And someone has to stop Levana, and if that someone has to be me, yes, I accept that. I'm ready.
Good. Because it's time we developed a plan. Queen Levana cannot be allowed to rule any longer. And she certainly cannot be allowed to rule Earth.
I know. And I agree. I have a plan.
We are going to use the wedding to our advantage, especially with all the media that is going to be there. We're going to sneak past security and stop the wedding and tell everyone who I am. With all the cameras and the media and the whole world watching. I'm going to insist that Kai can't marry her and tell the world about Levana's plan to invade all the Earthen countries so that the other leaders will refuse to accept her as a world leader. And then I will demand that Levana relinquish her crown to me.
For a moment I thought you must be one of my hallucinations. As surely your plan couldn't be that stupid.
It's not stupid. The news would go viral in minutes. There's nothing Levana could do to stop it.
It certainly would go viral. Everyone would be clamoring to witness the tirade of the crazy cyborg who fancies herself a princess.
Fine, what do you suggest? You clearly know more about this political revolution stuff, so please enlighten me.
You can begin by learning some manners. Or no one will ever believe you could be royalty.
Right. I'm sure that poor etiquette is the #1 reason for most failed revolutions.
We have a lot to discuss. Beginning with how we are going to get you to Luna.
Luna?
Yes, Luna. The rock in the sky that you are destined to rule. I trust you're familiar with it.
You expect me to go to Luna?
Not today. But eventually, yes. You're wasting your time with this wedding business and the viral media. The people of Luna don't care what the people of Earth think. Proclaiming your identity here won't persuade them to rebel against their monarch or crown you as their queen.
Of course it will. I'm the rightful heir.
You are the rightful heir. But you have to convince the people of Luna, not the people of Earth. The lunar people must be informed you are alive. Only with them on your side could you expect to have any success in claiming your birthright. In the meantime, I suggest you not venture too far outside the heart of the town. And stay inside your ship as much as possible. This area has suffered more Delimosis outbreaks than any other on Earth. We can't let our guard down. Not with you.
I'm immune. Remember? The little discovery that kicked off this whole mess?
I have seen evidence that the disease is mutating. And Lunars may no longer be immune.
What? How do you know?
Because this town is 15% lunar, Miss Ling. Lunars have been emigrating here since the time of your mother.
15%? And the Earthens know?
They have come to live in harmony together.
Do they know about me?
They know you stood up against the Queen. They know that you continue to defy her. And I may have led them to believe that one of these days you intend to assassinate her.
Cress. Cress, wake up. You're running a fever.
I'm cold.
I'm sorry. I know you're not going to like this, but we need to get up and keep moving.
I can't. My feet hurt and I'm so dizzy.
I know. But if we just lie here, you might never get up.
Captain, I think I'm in love with you.
Don't tell me it took you 2 whole days to realize that. I must be losing my touch.
You knew?
That you're lonely and I'm irresistible? Yeah, I knew. Cress. Hey, no more sleeping. I need you.
You don't need me. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
No, we've been over this.
Do you hate me?
Of course not. And you should stop wasting your energy talking about stupid things.
Do you think you could ever love me back?
Cress, this is sweet, but aren't I the first guy you've ever met? Come on, let's up and go.
You don't understand.
Oh, spades, aces, and stars. You're not crying again, are you?
No.
Yes, we are obviously soulmates. Now please, get up.
You've probably told lots of girls that you love them.
Well, yeah. But I would have reconsidered if I'd known you were going to hold it against me. Cress.
I'm dying. I'm going to die and I've never been kissed.
Cress, you are not going to die.
We were gonna have such a passionate romance, too. Like in the dramas. But no, I'll die alone. Never kissed. Not once.
Cress, look at me. Are you looking at me?
Yes.
I promise I will not let you die without being kissed. But right now, you have to get up. Cress? What's wrong?
There's an animal.
An animal?
It has long legs and horns and... It's beautiful.
But then the creature looked somewhere else, across the dunes, just as a gunshot rang out.
Cress! Cress!
As the animal tumbled down the hill, a man with a gun appeared.
You killed it!
You're not from here.
Yes. Sir, we need help. My wife and I were attacked and robbed 2 days ago. We have no more water. Can you help us?
Your eyes.
The thieves gave me a good blow to the head, and my sight's been gone ever since. And my wife has a fever.
Of course. My friends are not far. There is an oasis in the camp.
Thank the stars.
Meanwhile, Kai stared at the holograph in horror and awe. Hundreds of spaceships surrounding Earth had appeared out of nowhere, all lunar.
I present Lunar Thaumaturge Emery Park, Your Majesty.
Thank you for joining us. I wanted to discuss with you a recent discovery made by the Earthen Union. This is real-time imagery of Earth and its surrounding space. The markers have all been confirmed to be lunar spacecrafts.
It is a very striking picture indeed, Your Majesty. Thank you for sharing it with me.
You're very welcome. Now, perhaps you can explain to me what they're all doing here?
Recreation. We have many wealthy families who enjoy the occasional holiday cruise through our galaxy. I'm told it can be very relaxing.
And these holiday cruises routinely bring them to within 10,000 kilometers of Earth, where they remain anchored for days?
I'm sure the view afforded them by such a location must be quite lovely. Breathtaking sunrises, I'm told.
Interesting. Because all 327 of these ships bear the insignia of the Lunar Crown. It seems to me these are actually Crown-sanctioned ships, either conducting some kind of surveillance on the Earthen Union, or preparing an attack should war be declared.
My mistake. Perhaps I should have said that we have many wealthy Crown-sanctioned families who enjoy the occasional holiday.
I don't know why Queen Levana has chosen to threaten us at this time and in this manner, but it is an unnecessary show of force, and one that trivializes all that we are attempting to accomplish with our peaceful negotiations. I want these ships to return to Luna within the next 24 hours.
And if Her Majesty refuses?
Then I cannot be held responsible for the actions of the rest of the Union. After the lunar attacks that occurred on the soil of all 6 Earthen countries, it would be within the jurisdiction of any one of them to meet this blatant threat of war with their own show of force.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. You did not say that these lunar ships had entered the territorial boundaries of the Earthen Union. Surely, if Her Majesty was aware that we had intruded onto your legal atmospheric space, She would have had them removed at once. You are insinuating that Luna has trespassed into your legal boundaries, aren't you?
At this time, there are outside territorial boundaries. But that does not...
So you're saying Luna has committed no crime as laid out by the Union's own laws? Then how exactly would a show of force be warranted?
Her Majesty must know that she is already walking a very narrow tightrope. My patience is wearing thin, and the Union is growing tired of bowing to Levana's every whim, only to have her gratuitous displays of power thrown in our faces again and again. If they aren't there to send us a message, why are they there?
Perhaps they are waiting for the finalization of the peace alliance between Luna and the Commonwealth. After all, once Her Majesty has signed your treaty, peaceful travel between our two nations will be made possible, even encouraged. And the Commonwealth is so beautiful this time of year. I trust that will be all. I will be sure to give my queen your love next time I speak to her.